my side, okay? And let me share the screen. Right. Any questions, any issues in the yesterday's topic? Patching, SQL Server patching. Anyone tried patching the SQL Server?
Sir, I tried it. I have installed 2016 SQL Server.
Okay.
I tried to install that SP2,
Okay.
2016 SP2, but I
Okay.
got an error when installing. I got an error that there is no instant where we will
No
select the screen.
instance. Okay.
Where we will select that means how many server it should affect. Means how many.
Okay.
I didn't get any options.
Okay. So there are two reasons. One is that patching is not eligible. Okay. That patch file is not eligible. And I guess that 2016 is already patched with a higher version. Okay. If 2016 is patched with SP3, 2016 do we have SP3? SP2 only is the highest level, right? Okay. So in case if it's already patched with SP2, so the instance won't be eligible to patch the SQL Server. Might be that is the issue. Check the build number. Okay. Check the SP2 build number also. Okay. In case if you have same build number means, or else select at version, it will tell you whether it is patched or not. Okay. SQL Server builds. Sorry for that. Okay. So if you see here, the highest level is SP2 only as of now. It was released. Okay. So might be it was already patched with SP2. Okay. Just check the build number in case if you see 5026 in the build number, it already patched with SP2, or else run selected version. Then you can see whether it was patched or not. Okay. Yeah. Check it and let me know in case of it. It's clearly saying, right, there is no eligible instance. Yeah. So that's why try to remove the patch. I'll tell you how to remove the patch. Okay, based on that you can remove it and you can reinstall it in case you want. Okay, right. Thank you. Any other issues, any other queries, doubts? I see some of the people completed
And
the
where we can
batching.
check.
Yes.
And where we can check the GDRs and you
Yeah,
know,
same
because
here only. Yeah, I'll
I
show you.
couldn't see
I'll show you.
QFEs. Okay.
Yes. So if you see here, if you go to here, these are the major packs, right? So in case you want to see what and all updates for 2017, what and all updates for 2019, just click on 2019. Okay. You can see all the updates of 2019. There you can see in case of GDRs, I'm not saying GDRs are compulsory. If Microsoft releases GDRs, then you can see in the list. See here, servicing update GDR1.
Yes.
Okay. So like that you can see if Microsoft released the GDR, these are not regular packs, right? So you won't see regularly. Very occasionally you can see the GDRs and QFEs.
Okay.
Got it?
But for example, QFEs, whenever Microsoft releases, for example, buggies affecting some, specific forms, like,
Yes.
any.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Ask every to update or just for workplaces,
Yes.
who are having issues. Because
Again,
you said,
yes.
it's just,
Good question, right? So it's not compulsory that you have to update it QFE. In case if your use case is that one, if you are facing the same issue, then there is no other way. While troubleshooting, you are going to search in the Google, right? In the Google, lot of people are going to update. You have to patch the SQL Server, patch the SQL Server, patch the SQL Server. In such situation only, you can go with the QFE. If it is not troubling you, no need to go with QFE.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like it's not mandatory for everyone, just people who are facing.
Yes.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
Based on the use cases, based on the bugs, you can go with the QFEs.
And same with the security as well, but security seems like it's mandatory, right? Whenever
Security
there
is
is
mandatory. Yes, security is mandatory. Try to patch with the security, or else try to patch with the latest update. It is going to fix it.
Okay.
Yeah, here the GDR is, you can see here, the GDR is, okay, you can see it was released on 4/11/2019, which is November 4th. Okay, so if you just patch with the latest cumulative update, that can be overcome, right? So no need to again separately patch with the GDR.
Right.
Yes.
But at your work from, do you get to, maybe patch your server with GDRs or, often, or you never get to use it?
And very rarely I use GDRs and all.
Okay.
Yeah. So we usually what we'll
Alright.
do is after installation of SQL Server, as a standard process, we are going to patch the SQL Server with the latest updates. Okay, now customer
Okay,
is
because
asking for SQL Server installation today. Today asked for SQL Server installation. After successful installation of SQL Server, we have to patch the SQL Server with the latest cumulative update or latest service packs. It's a standard process. Again and again, you won't get downtime, right? Microsoft SQL Server installation, you are doing installation means it doesn't need any downtime. Why? Because the server is not live. Okay,
yeah,
so what you can do is whatever latest service packs, whatever cumulative updates are there by the time of installation, you can install all the updates so that again and again, okay, you don't need to take the downtime from the customers.
right. All right.
Yeah,
You. Thank
yeah,
you.
yeah. So any other questions, any challenges you faced? Any issues, guys? Is it fine? Right. So
ఆల్రెడీ సార్
yeah, yes, tell me.
2019 సర్వర్ నిన్న ముందున్నా సార్ నా దాంట్లో. అయితే
Okay,
మళ్ళీ 2017 కూడా వేశాను.
okay,
వేసి దాన్ని క్యుములేటివ్ అది పెట్టాను
okay,
సియు
okay,
దానికి 2017 కి. అయితే
okay.
ఏమైందంటే బ్లాక్ స్క్రీన్ వచ్చేసి యువర్ విండోస్ ఇస్ రిపేరింగ్ అంటుంది.
Uh-huh. Windows
అసలు
is
రీబూట్
repairing.
కావడం లేదు, ఏం కావడం.
Okay.
బూట్ లోకే పోవడం లేదు లోపలికి.
Mm-hmm. Okay. A
అది సార్.
strange issue. Okay. Maybe your Windows is having an issue. Windows operating system is having an issue. Let's see. We'll discuss. Okay. We'll see. I'll check it why it is. Why? Because you will get normal issues, kind of things. Okay. Not this kind of boot level issues or operating system level issues. Might be your
ఓకే
operating system may be already corrupted as you are doing reboot or you are doing some internal changes. So it might cause the issue. Okay.
ఓకే సార్.
Yeah. Yeah. Any other questions? Yes, that's fine. Okay, so let's discuss how to remove the patch. Okay, I'll show you how to remove the patch. Removing patch also is important. Okay, sometimes the organization very rarely, not regularly, very rarely. I told you right yesterday, if the bill number is not same, the object explorer bill number and the table results are not same. Usually, what it means? It means the last patch is unsuccessful. In such case, what we have to do, we have to remove the patch and again we have to reinstall the patch. So it's our responsibility to know how to remove the patch. This is one case, and another case is sometimes what happened is application won't be compatible with the latest service packs. Okay, applications won't be compatible with the latest service packs or cumulative update. Very rarely, not regularly, very rarely, your application also will have some versions. Those versions can support only limited SQL Server versions. In case if you patch the SQL Server with the latest service pack or cumulative update, there is a chance your application may get the compatibility issues. Okay, so there are, you can fix in two ways. One way is you can ask application team to upgrade their application, that may be fix the issue. The another way is what we can do is you have to simply remove the patch. Okay, so Right. Okay. So let me connect to the server remotely. Okay. So the IP address is 104. Right. Okay. So in those two cases, I told you, right? So one case is in case application is not compatible. That is one case. If application people replied like application is not compatible, we are getting compatibility issues, don't directly remove the patch. Ask them to update their application in case applications also will have an update. SQL Server is also an application. Okay. So every application usually it will have an updates. Some internal applications and all sometimes, okay, there will be no updates. Developers won't work for the updates and also some applications very rarely you will get these kind of issues. Some applications won't have any updates. So in such case, if application team replied, we don't have any updates, we don't have any other way, we have to remove the patch. In such situations, we are going to remove the patch. Okay, that is first case. Second case is, what is the other case? In case if the last patch is unsuccessful, in case if the build number is showing different and the table results are showing different. Yesterday we just check it, right? Object Explorer build number is different and the select edit version output is different. In such case also you have to remove the old patch. Okay. So how to remove the old patch? How to remove the patch and all? It's very easy, not a difficult task. Let me first connect to the management studio. I'm really sorry, guys. Sorry for the disturbance. Right. Okay. So let me connect to this instance. Okay. Yesterday we have patched, right? The build number has been updated from 1000.169 to 3381.3, right? So this is the build number. In case you want to see, you can see using select edit version. Okay. Select edit version will give you the version number, okay, and what kind of which SQL Server installation, which SQL Server version you installed, what is the edition of the SQL Server, like that you can see. Okay, select edit version. Okay, in case if you run this query, you can see the version and edition of the SQL Server, right? So you can see here RTM CU23. Some people are already patched with CU24 and all. That is nice. Okay, fine. Right now I want to remove this patch. Once I remove this patch, okay, the old version is RTM, right? Directly yesterday I have patched my SQL Server RTM with CU23. Once I removed CU23, what is the old version, which is RTM? It will go to the RTM level, backend, background compatibility. Okay. So in case you patch your SQL Server with the CU23, then CU24, you remove CU24, then it will go to the CU23. Whatever is the backward compatibility is there, so it will go to the backward compatibility. Backward compatibility means simply the old patch. It will directly go to the old patch. If I patched my SQL Server with CU23 and CU24, if you remove CU24, it will go to CU23. If I patched my SQL Server with RTM with CU23, if you remove CU23, directly it will go to the RTM. The old patch is RTM, right? So directly it will go to the RTM. Don't think like if you remove CU23, it will go to CU22, CU21, CU20 like that. It won't go like that. Directly the last patch. Okay, here the last batch is RTM to CU23. So if you remove CU23, it will directly go to the RTM, right? From where we can remove the patch, go to appwidget.cpl. Shortcut is appwidget.cpl to, okay, open, add or remove programs. Okay, usually we'll go with the control panel and then add or remove programs, right? You can go with the appwidget.cpl. That is the shortcut to go to the add or remove program screen. Enter. Okay, there you can see all the installed software in this machine. Whatever softwares you have installed, all the installed softwares you can see in the add or remove program screen. Okay, so we have installed SQL Server 2017, right? 64-bit. So you can see this is the main software for that. Those are all other components. Okay, you can see Microsoft SQL Server 2017 is the main component. 64-bit is the main component. In case you want to remove or uninstall the SQL Server, you have to double click on this. Then it will prompt you to uninstall the SQL Server. You can click on uninstall button. You can go next, uninstall. This is how we are going to uninstall the SQL Server. This process we are going to call as decommission of SQL Server. SQL Server decommissioning. So what we are going to do in the decommission task, simply we are going to uninstall the SQL Server, but a lot of precautions you have to take before uninstalling. Why? Because the task is very simple, but the protocols are very difficult. In case if someone raised, two people are using the SQL Server, one people think that he don't need the SQL Server, he simply raised a ticket, please uninstall the SQL Server. He also don't know that other people are using the same SQL Server. He simply raised a ticket and the ticket is approved. If you uninstall the SQL Server, there is a problem with the other teams, other tickets, other applications as well, right? So you have to be very careful while removing or while uninstalling the SQL Server as well. Okay, right, we'll discuss how to uninstall and all, what is the precautions, what are the protocols we have to follow. We'll discuss those things. Okay, right, once you open uninstall screen, I mean appwidget.cpl, go to view installed updates. Okay, view installed updates. There you can see whatever updates you have installed on all the softwares of your machine, not only SQL Server. In this section, you can see whatever updates you did on all the softwares, you can see here. Okay, so go to view installed updates. There you can see, right, hotfix 3381. Actually our patch is 3381 only. You can see here 3381. Okay, so and if you see here hotfix 3381, okay, you can see the update here, Microsoft hotfix 3381. Okay, and if you see here Microsoft VSS Writer 3381, there are three updates. Which update you have to remove? Can anyone tell me? Which update I have to remove now?
Microsoft
Second-
SQL
second
Server,
one.
the second one, the
Very
second
good.
one.
Excellent. Okay, so you
Second
can
one.
see directly Microsoft SQL Server 2017 64-bit. Okay, so these are the components updates. Okay, if you remove the main update, component updates will be removed automatically. If you start removing one by one, you have to remove all the things. Sometimes you will get dependencies also, so it won't remove. If you directly remove this main update, automatically the components updates also will be removed. Okay, so this is the main update. You can directly see Microsoft SQL Server 2017 64-bit. For this, it is showing browser for SQL Server 2017. For this, it is showing VSS Writer SQL Server 2017. So this is the main component, right, as discussed. So you can see the update on the main component. Remove the update on the main component. It will remove updates on all the shared components. Okay. 1 minute, please. Hello, Charan. Right. Okay. So once you remove the particular update, then automatically all the updates will be removed from the shared components also. Again, no need to explicitly remove the shared components updates. Okay. You can directly remove from the main update. Okay. So how to remove it? Simply double click on it. Okay. Just double click on it. Again, removing patch also needs a change request. Why we need a change request for removing the patch? Why? Because before removing and after removing of the patch, you have to restart the server. Restart the server is a downtime activity. Downtime activity needs a change request. Okay, don't think like, okay, customer approved to remove the patch so that I can directly remove, nothing like that. Okay, again, you have to follow the same process. You have to raise a change request. You have to represent the change request. Once the change is approved, you have to follow as per the window will be there, right? Patching window or change window will be there, right? During the change window only you can remove it. Again, there are some challenges in this screen. Imagine I have two SQL Server 2017 instances. I have two SQL Server 2017 instances. Customer is asking to remove the patch on only one instance. Then you can select which instance you want to remove. Here in this list, you can see all the eligible instances in this list. In case if you have 2 or 3 or 4, how many eligible instances are there for that particular update, you can see all the eligible instances in this list. In case you have two instances, customer is asking for only one instance, then simply select that particular instance you want to remove. Okay, if you have two instances, shared features won't be available. It will be grayed out. Why? Because shared features are used by other instances also, right? As you have only one instance in this case, that's why you can see both are eligible to check or to uncheck. If two instances are there, total three options will be there here, two instances plus one shared feature. So in case if you choose both instances, okay, then automatically shared features updates will be removed. If you choose only one instance, shared features option will be grayed out. Why? Because shared features are used by other instances as well. So if you have multiple instances, simply here in this screen, you have to select which instance you want to remove. You have to unselect the other instance which you don't want to remove the patch. Okay, next. Checking files in the background as you are removing it, no need of checking the files, you can directly go next, nothing stops you. Then you can see the final command. This is the final command. Action is equal to remove patch. Okay, action is equal to remove patch. Actually, if you see, action is equal to patch. Now action is equal to remove patch. This is the command. You can also patch the SQL Server with the command prompt. In case you want to try, you can try it. Okay, you want to patch the SQL Server, you want to remove the SQL Server with the command prompt, there will be some commands. Okay, in my channel, actually we are not going to do in the organization, we'll go for the safe side only, right? In my YouTube channel, I have uploaded some of the videos how to patch the SQL Server with the command prompt command, how to remove the patch with the command prompt command, using a command how to remove the patch. Everything I just upload in my YouTube channel. In case if you have a chance, just go and check and try to practice it. But it doesn't need whether you are patching or removing using a GUI option or a command prompt, not an issue. The output is it has to be removed. No one will ask you just remove from command prompt only or remove using GUI only. It's your comfortness. Okay, right, just click on remove, then automatically patch will be removed. Same process like for patching, how much time it took. For removing the patch also, it will take the same time, like 20 to 25 minutes or 30 minutes, depends upon the server size. The time may vary. Okay, So like that, you have to remove the patch. Any questions here? Any questions, any doubts? Right. Once you remove the patch, again, no need to remove. You have already selected the components, right? While patching, while removing the patch, you have already shared components, right? You have already selected the shared components. So automatically these updates also will be removed. Okay. These updates also will be removed directly once the removing of patch is successful. Okay. Right. The meeting is showing less than 1 minute. Let me close it and let me reopen. Please join immediately with the same link. Okay.